You built your whole life around a career that just decided it doesn't need you anymore. Think about that for a second. 10 years, 15 years, 2 decades of performance reviews, late nights, building, giving of yourself. And then, in one meeting, more restructuring, some new AI initiatives, quiet executive decisions made by someone who doesn't even know your name, and it's gone. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I think there's enough of that going around these days. I'm here to talk about a deeper meaning of what's happening today. What's collapsing right now isn't just the job market as we knew it. It's identity. A lot of men aren't just at risk of losing a paycheck. They're losing the answer to the classic American question. What do you do? Senior director, engineer, creative lead, high performer, provider. Strip the title away, and some men don't know what's left. And suddenly, the unanswered question becomes, who am I? We need to talk about this because all the conversations that are happening out there are instilling fear, and they're missing the deeper problem that's hidden inside. We were handed a formula from school, media, and even our parents. Work hard, be loyal, stay valuable, and this will keep you safe. And honestly, for a while, it mostly held up. Career coaches live to help you find a way to play this game. But the game has changed. Entire industries are being restructured almost overnight. AI is replacing tasks that used to require decades of highly experienced, credentialed, well-paid people. These people are suddenly on the wrong side of a market decision. All of this is happening even before we can prove that it can really replace people. The suffering here isn't just about losing a predictable salary. It's about losing a sense of purpose. If your whole identity was anchored on achievement, then the scaffolding that was holding together is now gone. Because achievement becomes the drug, and you're losing your source. You start needing the validation, the title, the prestige, the salary, feeling of being important, needed, indispensable. And slowly, without even realizing it, you have stopped having a career. Your career blurs into who you are. That's why layoffs feel so personal. It feels as if we were personally measured and evaluated as a failure. Now, if you're just looking at the numbers, I can see how this interpretation adds up. Work is important, and work is good. I've oriented my entire business around this very principle because I believe work is one of the most important elements of every man's life. The problem came when work became the only place where men searched for meaning. A corporation was never built to carry the weight of your soul. It cannot tell you who you are. It cannot give you lasting peace. It cannot answer the questions that keep you up at 3 a.m. in the morning. The primary purpose of a corporation is profit, and they change priorities constantly. Your worth and dignity as a human being doesn't change. Please allow me to be a little direct. Difficult seasons reveal people to themselves. When everything is stable, you can convince yourself you're stronger than you are. Real uncertainty exposes what you're actually standing on. Across every tradition, every culture, every serious framework for understanding human life, there is a consistent insight. Hard seasons strip away illusions. I personally think that's good for a man. Even though it's not fun, they force a confrontation with reality. They answer a question you were probably avoiding. If I stop producing, do I still matter? That question reveals a lot. Because if your answer to that is uncertain, if you genuinely don't know, then your identity has been outsourced to something that was never designed to hold it. Those LinkedIn headlines are designed to sound impressive, but they never capture who you really are. If you are so deep in the game that it becomes all you see, it's guaranteed to let you down eventually. You are a man with inherent worth, more than a title, and even before the salary. Value on the market may be different, but your worth has been there even before you had anything to prove to anyone. Here's the distinction I want you to understand in your heart of hearts. Detachment from the status is not the same thing as detachment from ambition. You can pursue excellence without worshiping achievement. It's possible to work hard without making work your God. You can build wealth without believing money is going to bring you salvation. That interior freedom is what makes a man unbreakable in any job market. Before I go further, my name is Chris Almanza, and I'm a career and purpose coach. And I work specifically with professional men navigating exactly what we're talking about right now. Not career strategy in a vacuum, but the deeper question underneath career strategy. Who are you becoming? And what is your life actually built on? I've sat with men who look successful on paper, and they were quietly wondering, is this actually it? And I've watched men go through genuine disruption and come out clearer, stronger, and more authentically fully themselves than they ever were before. The difference almost always comes down to foundation and perspective. One of the biggest concerns is very practical. How am I going to earn a living? I don't want to diminish the importance of this question. Life is expensive these days. Still, even when you thought you were providing for yourself, we can't forget that God provides. Trust that God will provide and put in the work. First, let's address the mindset. Then the practical work will be easier after this. So what does it actually look like to become stable in unstable times? I'm not talking toxic positivity or temporary motivation. I'm talking real stability. There are 3 key shifts required. Let's break them down. Shift 1. Rebuild your interior life. Most men have spent years building a resume, but almost no time building themselves. And when unexpected disruption comes, they realize they don't know who they are outside of work because their energy went to build someone else's vision in the market. This is the moment that forces the question. Don't waste an opportunity. It's very typical of humans to wait until we're forced to do something. Well, even if the forcing mechanism here is only the threat of layoffs and losing your career, use it. I want you to also build a practice of stillness, whatever that looks like for you. Praying, journaling, long walks. Clarity rarely screams. Clarity whispers, and you can't hear a whisper easily in the modern times of this noisy world. And you also can't hear it when you're drowning anxiety in productivity. Shift 2. Build real community. This isn't usually built on professional networking. I'm talking real community. People who know you. These are the people who would show up for you even if you couldn't return the favor tomorrow. These are people who know your name. Sometimes they don't even know your latest title. These are the people who can remind you of who you are when you forget. One of the most brutal things about this type of professional identity collapse is how lonely it can feel. Because most of the relationships we built at work were transactional, and we don't realize it until they disappear. I don't mean this as a condemnation. I'm asking you to take this as a signal to invest differently going forward. Shift 3. Find mission beyond career. This is the big one. The very heart of my personal mission is helping others find theirs. If your mission is bigger than your paycheck, layoffs might shake you a little, but they won't destroy you, because the things that actually define you as a man don't live in your job description. These are the things that they will speak about at your funeral. How you loved, how you led, how you served, how you showed up for people who depended on you. What you built that will outlast you. Those are the things that survive career transitions because the characteristics that define you, the real you, that's here. Your deepest purpose cannot be outsourced to a company that doesn't even know your name. I want to be direct with you. Some of the best things in my life came after painful disruption. Not because suffering is a good thing in itself, but because comfort has a way of keeping men asleep. A lot of men are waking up right now, realizing They build a life that looks impressive, but doesn't feel meaningful. And now it's being measured and evaluated on its value in an org chart. This realization can be really painful when you've put so much of yourself, so much of your life into your work. But hear me out here. It can also be the beginning of something far better. Maybe it's a revelation. You have the power to choose to make this season not about loss. These circumstances are finally forcing you to ask, what matters if the status is stripped away? What would remain if my job disappeared tomorrow? What kind of man do I actually want to become? These are the important questions. Too many men get stuck on why me? And they're also the most liberating questions a man can ask himself. You will become much harder to break. These are the moments that build resilience when you face it with your best efforts. The future belongs to men who are internally strong, not just technically skilled, not just productive. Men with grit, clarity, purpose, peace. AI and technology can replace tasks. It cannot replace a man who knows who he is. So, if you're in a difficult season right now, or there's the threat of a difficult season, don't waste it. Let it refine you. Let it wake you up. Let it force you to build something deeper than income and status. Now, if you're watching this and you realize the real problem isn't your career situation, it's that you don't have clarity on who you are and where you're going, that is exactly what I work through with men. The link below will tell you more. And if this video resonated, hit that subscribe button. I make content for men trying to build something meaningful in a world that increasingly feels like it's falling apart. My name is Chris Almanza, career and purpose coach. I wish you peace and success. God bless you.